Hello and welcome to the Penno Channel. We're here for the match reaction to Aston Villa 1, Bayern Munich 0. What just happened, man? Like we just got back from the game. I'm just still feeling on edge. I can't lie. I feel mad. We've just witnessed Villa beat Bayern at home in the Champions League on our return to Europe's top tier competition, and we've just beaten Bayern. The side we beat to win the European Cup, and we've just gone and beaten 1-0, the same scoreline, and number 9 scoring the winner. Bro, how are you feeling, man?
Bro, I called it on the last podcast. I was confident tonight. Something just felt magical about our first home game back in the Champions League. The opposition, obviously commemorating our 150th year. Obviously the tragedy with Gary Shaw as well, the connotations of that, the build up to the game, the tribute with him, and yeah, magical, bro. Lost for words, like speechless.
Yeah, we thought we'd jump on in it because we need to talk, and we ain't going to
Need
sleep
to
anytime
talk.
soon. We ain't going to sleep anytime soon, innit? Because I just feel alive, man. That's the best night I've witnessed at Villa. Like I thought it was mad when we beat Man City last year, yeah, and the way we played in that game. But tonight just topped it all. Just the whole night is, yeah, bro. Like I don't know what to say, man. Like that was just mad. Like the whole game, the way we performed, um, how the players played. Philogene making his debut in the Champions League against Bayern Munich. Let's talk about the lineup first because the big omission was Leon Bailey was on the bench and Philogene was just starting in the starting lineup. Yeah, what did you make of that, bro?
Yeah, so me and you were in the car on the way to the game, and I must have turned to you and said, Philogene starting? Like, Philogene starting what? Out of all the players, he would have been last on my list that I thought would have started. So I'm assuming Bailey got a knock as we kind of saw into the game. Like, he was not 100% fit, like, he was injured. So, yeah, Philogene got his start. Carlos kept his place from the Ipswich game, and what a performance he put in tonight. Him and Pau Torres were immense at the back. And obviously, yeah, Bayern got their chances, but overall, like, they were quality. And yeah, who else was in the rest of the lineup was as expected, weren't it? Anana, Tillemans,
Yeah.
Ramsey, Rogers, Watkins. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so that was the big thing. Philogene coming into the lineup. Everything else remained the same. Carlos started again. Konsa was playing right back. And as the game developed, it seemed as if we were kind of playing as a 5, with Philogene kind of tucking in, playing on the left-hand side and kind of tucking to make it a 5 at times. Unai Emery had the game plan set up. He knew what he was doing. The last time Bayern Munich got beat in the group stage, albeit the competition and format's changed now, was against Unai Emery. So Unai Emery knows how to beat Bayern Munich. He beat him again with Villarreal in the knockout stages. So he has them on lock. And obviously we played against Vincent Company twice last season with Burnley. Okay, it's a different team, but he knows how we'd like to build up. Obviously, he's got better players now with Bayern. But yeah, bro, just going into it, the feeling going into it, yeah, we were just like, we can't even believe we're watching Champions League football at Villa, let alone playing Bayern Munich and not even thinking about the result. It was just getting there and soaking in the atmosphere. Let's just talk about that because we got there early. We were probably about in the ground 45 minutes before kickoff. The Bayern players were all warming up before anything was going on, or any of the Villa players had come out. And then, like, when Emmy walked out to do his warm up, the applause he got and the cheering, it was just like, it was nothing I'd ever seen before. And then when the players came out as well, like the songs that were being sung, the adulation they were getting before even a ball was even being kicked, it was just a different level, wasn't it?
Sorry, yeah, and going back to the team news, it seems like we didn't mention as well, Musiala was benched, which was a massive shock for me and you. He's arguably their best player. But yeah, the build up to the game, oh my god, going inside the crowd, the build up outside as well was immense. Me and you were getting as many pictures as possible, soaking up the atmosphere. And yeah, the kickoff, bro. like we were taking it in before the game really started. It was about what 20 minutes that we were just in the whole end upper, just looking at the ground, the Champions League embellishment, the Champions League sign on the middle of the pitch, and yeah, we were soaking it in because we knew that was going to be a special night.
Yeah, facts. And just the flag waving, the anthem, bro. Hearing the anthem, like just taking that in.
You had one Villa guy trying to ruin it in the background, trying to be a funny. Just shut up, man. Like, did you hear him trying to be funny? Just shut up, man. Like,
nah, I didn't. I was too engrossed in it. I can't lie.
Yeah, apart from that, it's beautiful, bro.
I'm going to go for a few other comments because there's some amazing comments in here. Michelle says, thanks for joining, Michelle. Up the Villa, man. With the hearts as well. Deontay's joined. Thanks for joining, Deontay. Says Villa executed Emery's game plan. Well, they did indeed. Amir's in here. Thanks for joining, Amir. He's a Liverpool fan, but he's got a message saying, I'm happy for you, Penno. Hope you remember me from Uncle Rod's. Yeah, do indeed. But huge accomplishment and what a result for Emery and Villa. Enjoyed the win. Appreciate that. Rod, thank you for the super chat. He says, love you, Villa fam. Hugs in an uncreepy way to all you up the Villa. Yeah, big hugs, man, and big love to you, Rod, as well. Aurelio's joined. Says, truly special. Thank you for joining, Aurelio. Luke's in here. He says, thanks for joining, Luke. He says, magical. Nailed it, man. Elated. Since day dot, my missus has loved Duran being a nutcase, and he's just a bagsman. The audacity of that man. P.S. JPB will come good. I always rated him at left wing inverted. Yeah, massive performance from Philogene, and he wasn't the only one. And then obviously we'll get on to Duran getting the winner. Michael's joined. Thanks for joining, Michael. Said good evening all. Congratulations to you and everyone tonight. I will have to log off as I'm absolutely exhausted. Very proud of everyone. Big up Michael for joining and dropping the message. And get a good night's sleep if you can. But I don't know what time we'll be going to sleep, man, because I'm still buzzing. Aurelio says, come on, you can't predict a game with debut. No, you can't. You can't indeed. And we'll get onto the others later. So yeah, bro, after the atmosphere, the Champions League song settling into the game, what was your thoughts on how we set up and how we were trying to, play against Bayern, the shape that Emery had gone for, and what do you think his plan was?
Yeah, so Company's Bayern, they play with maximum width and they want to stretch the pitch. They want to make them runs from the touchline into the middle of the field. And their midfielders will get the ball, try that little dink over. So I think Emery's game plan was to go 5 back, have Philogene as that right back, with Carlos right centre back, Konza right centre back, Carlos central centre back, and then Powell left centre back in the back 5. And yeah, early on, that was our game plan. And it seemed like Philogene was just on it. He had something to prove tonight. Like, he was winning all his duels. He was getting about the pitch. He was putting slide tackles in. He was making correct decisions on the ball. And honestly, I thought he had an outstanding game. For the expectations coming in, he hasn't really kicked off his Villa career just yet. And to put in that performance, bro, solid. So yeah, I think our plan was just to block the space and then counter-attack in 1v1 duels with upper mechanic, bro. I ain't even calling him upper Meccano, but upper mechanic. And we'll get onto that big later on because Watkins had him on toast all game.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, the game started off at a nice pace. It was just the tell how the game was going to go. Bayern having the majority of the ball. I think the possession ended up being 70% for Bayern and 30% for Villa overall. But it was just us staying in our shape. We were being compact through the middle. I think second half they tried to switch the play more. They were trying to involve Gnabry more, but they weren't doing that as much in the first half. And we looked very competent in our shape. As you said, bro, yeah, Philogene was dropping back into outside of Digne to make a 5 at the back at times. And we were just looking to transition on them, whether that would be with Morgan Rogers driving with the ball, Jacob Ramsey driving with the ball as well, and also using the outlet of Ollie Watkins and playing the long ball from Emi Martinez or anyone at the back, Diego Carlos or Pau Torres, because Ollie Watkins was giving Upper Meccano and Kim absolute problems, man. Kim and Jay was getting turned, Upper Meccano was getting turned, and we'll get onto that decision that the referee didn't make at the time. But yeah, there wasn't much to shout about. We had a good chance with Ollie Watkins. He had a header at the back post, which he just headed over. As a really good ball into him. But yeah, apart from that, it was just a tussle in the middle of the park, wasn't it? Bayern has had a few openings and a few moments. So Serge Gnabry, I remember hitting one over the bar. I remember Coman had a shot as well that went over. But we also had a very good chance with Amadou Onana, who was unfortunate that his shot just was straight at the defender and Neuer as well, and he wasn't able to place it.
Yeah, you're spot on with everything you said, and what you're saying is backed up by the XG, bro. Like we had better XG. It wasn't nothing to shout about, but 0.3 to their 0.23. So it wasn't like they were creating as much chances as possible, even though they did dominate possession. And I did think the way they started that game, me and you turned to each other. I was like, okay, these might be better than Arsenal. Like we've seen Arsenal at Villa part of the season. They were playing really well and they started quite strong. And you could kind of see like, okay, there's a level here that we're gonna have to rise up to. And yeah, showed that we did it, bro. I really like that we didn't give up big chances in the first half.
Yeah, we didn't. That was the main thing. We remained compact, and they couldn't break us down. Really, they were trying to play that ball into Gnabry in behind, in Kingsley Coman as well on the other side, but they just couldn't. I thought Philogene defensive actions were unreal. Kane was absolutely quiet throughout the whole game, but in particularly the first half as well. He got minimal touches, and I do remember he was dropping into their defensive third, into their half, and receiving the ball. He was basically on the toes of Kim Min-jae and Upamecano to just try and get the ball because he wasn't getting anything up top. I thought Diego Carlos was just outstanding. That guy is an absolute enigma. The smaller games, he doesn't turn up. We've seen that, but when it's a big game and you need him, he's just unbelievable. And he was again tonight. But yeah, he kept Harry Kane very quiet. I remember Harry Kane was trying to hold the ball up a number of times, and either Carlos was just ushering it off and he made a bad pass, or he was like winning the ball off him as well. So yeah, he was outstanding, and Bayern created little. And as you said, yeah, we had the more XG in that first half. So getting on to the big point and one of the big discussion points of the game. Actually, we'll go for the goal first. How amazing was that goal? The one that was disallowed, because the celebrations, obviously scoring in front of the whole, Pau Torres putting it in. That was just unreal, wasn't it, at the time? And like, obviously it was disallowed in the end, and it was, I think we found out it was due to the build-up, and Jacob Ramsey was offside in that, because we couldn't tell who was offside in the box. We were like, how's it been disallowed? Because Philogene was like, when he was trying to either head it over a kick it or take a touch, he was onside, and Pau seemed to be onside from the initial header as well. And it was a really good finish from Pau. He put it in the bottom corner. But yeah, the euphoria from when that went in, bro, it was mad, wasn't it?
Incredible, bro. I think that's probably the best. That was probably better limbs than the actual goal, because it was just in front of the whole end where we were standing. Yeah, that just felt different. And set piece, it came from again. And I guess Ramsey's just offside initially, man. So they played their high line. It was weird because like they were stretched across the whole pitch. It was almost like we were gonna start like a cross country race or something. No one was gonna go forward. It was weird, bro. I haven't seen a set piece like that before. And yeah, you could see what we tried to do, but Ramsey offside. But yeah, the finish is great as well. Like Philogene almost hesitates. Looks like he's caught in two minds whether to over a kick or like control the ball. In the end, he controls it. He drops to Pau, and the finish is quality. And Pau Torres for me was man of the match by like a bit of a distance. Maybe Martinez was close with the saves at the end, but Pau Torres as an outfield player, ridiculous. Beat their press often. He was our out ball. His passing was incredible. He got the assist for the Duran goal. Yeah, immense performance, bro. And I just feel sorry for him that he couldn't cap it off with a goal as well for himself.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, on the rewards thing for Villa, and that I put Pau Torres as man of the match as well. Obviously, I don't think he officially got it. I think it was Duran, but I did have him because I did think if we were going to have a good game and we were going to win, I thought Pau Torres was going to be crucial in that, just in our build-up as well as defensively as well. So yeah, he was outstanding tonight, and both centre-backs were, and the back four in general. I thought Konza and Digne were quality as well. So yeah, the big talking point, apart from the disallowed goal, was Upamecano not being sent off. Bro, like, the referee, I think he had an absolute shocker tonight. There's a number of decisions. There's times when he shouldn't have played advantage and he did. And then there was other times where he didn't play the advantage and blew it for the free kick when the advantage was on. I remember Rodgers going through second half, and he was through into open space and he blew up for a free kick. But that decision, bro, and for VAR, just I don't think they can intervene for that one because a free kick wasn't even given. But Watkins is through on goal, like he's 1-on-1, And Upamecano, but no, just brings him down. Like, how is that not a red card?
Well, we played against 12 men tonight. Like, it actively felt like the referee wanted Bayern to win this game, just with little decisions, and they kept getting the 50-50s as well. And yeah, it was frustrating, bro. This is a red card for me. He fully pulls him down. He's the last man. Watkins has got the better of him. Upamecano's always been clumsy in his career. Like, he's good on the ball sometimes, but he's always got like a howler in him. And yeah, he should have been gone, bro. The game state should have changed at that point. And you just feel like in the moment we've been robbed. Like, we've been robbed in a massive game. Like, why was that not a foul? The ref doesn't even. It's not only is it a foul. Like, the ref doesn't give it because he knows the implications of it. Like, he's actively put us at a disadvantage in the game, bro. But whatever, we didn't even let it get to us. We still won the game, and that's what I love about that performance. But yeah, I thought the ref was awful tonight, bro. Like, really bad.
It was. He couldn't get control of the game at all, and like some of the decisions he was making were off, man. Whispering the words of corruption in the stands, but yeah, he was mad, and like, yeah, just not to send him off for that point is. And Upamecano, yeah, as you said, he has that in him. I think every big game I've seen him play in Champions League, or even for France at times, he makes a mistake, and he has a mistake in him. And Watkins was getting on him. There was a number of times he twisted him and was getting through, and it was only for cover in the Bayern defence or Upamecano like making a foul that Watkins didn't get through. So yeah, how he remained on the pitch, I do not know. And that was a massive decision, because it did feel, when that decision wasn't given, like there was potential for the momentum to change, because Bayern might have woke up and thought, okay, that's it, we got away with one there. We didn't. That wasn't really the case, and we just continued to impose ourselves in the game. And yeah, it was just an absolutely quality performance. A few things from that first half as well. Obviously, Jacob Ramsey going off injured. Such a shame, man. It was such a big moment. Obviously, Jacob Ramsey's from down the road from us, man. Local lad and that. And it's such a big moment, obviously, from someone from Birmingham playing for Villa in one of the biggest nights in recent history, and having to go off injured. I just hope it's nothing serious.
And we saw when he did it, he stretched to put in a tackle in, and we just saw him extend, and he didn't look comfortable when he did it initially. Carried on for about 10 minutes, probably aggravated it even more, to be honest. But I thought Ramsey was playing well. I thought Ramsey and Dean were combining quite well down that left-hand side. So yeah, gutted for him. Really hope it's nothing serious. The international break's coming up after this weekend, so hopefully he's back after that. But yeah, man, gutted to see that kind of thing happen.
Yeah, facts. And then that meant that we had to bring on a Leon Bailey who's not fit at all, and that kind of made me understand why Philogene was starting, because I think it was because Leon Bailey just wasn't fully fit at all. He wasn't ready, and you could tell by the minutes he did have in the game. He couldn't turn like fast enough. He couldn't get away from his man. There was one moment of play when we were on a transition in the second half, and he couldn't get away from his man because he wasn't fit at all, was he?
Yeah, I've seen Bailey get a lot of slack, and I think logically people just need to think like he hasn't started. Philogene started over him. That would never happen if both were 100% fit. So Bailey was not fit. Emery's took a risk putting him on after an unexpected injury to Ramsey. Like, just lay off Bailey tonight, man. Like, he wasn't supposed to play. Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah, fact.
And that's why he got subbed. It was a risk. Emery took a risk. It didn't work. It backfired, and that's a good thing. Like, you're proactive before they concede, because they were getting past Bailey quite a lot. It was actually getting quite hard to watch at times. So
yeah, for sure. And going into half time, bro, we were happy, man. I think every Villa fan was happy. It was just like we'd seen a half of football where we'd imposed ourselves. We didn't look like the inferior side at all. It was an even game. If anything, we had the better chances. And we weren't scared. We weren't afraid. The team was ready. Unai had set us up perfectly. Yeah, it was just, I had a feeling of like, yeah, we can do this, man. We're on their level, and there is nothing stopping us. We can really get a goal in this game and win the game. So yeah, going into the second half, it was just a case of, can we get that goal now? Because we knew that Bayern were going to come out. They made the substitution. They brought Musiala on at half time, who did have an impact. I thought, I've never seen anything like it really with Musiala in his feet. His technical ability is mad. There's a few situations where he went past 3-4 players, and it was just like, how's he even done that? But yeah, it seemed like we kind of set more into our shape. We kind of retreated as well, further back into our half, and we just let them come onto us, and they were starting to play more within our half, and it was just a case of can we catch them on the transition? And that's how much we caught them because my bro's gone quiet. But yeah,
sorry, bro, I was muted. Sorry, bro, my fault. But I was trying to think of all the moments like we were trying to catch him in transition. But to be fair, they were playing really well. They were playing really well. Like they were knocking it about. They were getting on the ball with Kimmich and Pavlovic, and it's them little balls in behind that we're just getting onto. And sometimes Dina was like having to turn, twist, and track back, and it's a difficult role. And I thought our fullbacks were really good at that today. But Rodgers, I felt, was the guy that was going to be the connector, and it just felt like the ball kept on getting away from him a little bit. He felt nervous at the first 20 minutes. I thought he was a bit nervous. Second part of the first half, he started carrying a bit more. Tried one pass to Watkins that nearly was on. Don't know if you can remember that one as well. But yeah, that ball from Rodgers to Watkins, I felt was always on because they were happy to go 1v1 because for some reason they thought Upamecano could just bully Watkins like the company not learned his lesson from last season.
This is England's best striker, not the one who was playing for your side. This is England's best striker. Do you know what I mean? And they weren't ready for it. I don't know why. You'd think company would prepare for it, and him just going man to man with Watkins, he was causing Upamecano all sorts of problems. I'm just going to go through a few comments because some more. Nick's joined. Thanks for joining. Nicky says, I know it's just after 2 games, but what's funny is the Champions League top 4 are not the big teams. Facts, it's not. And shout out last year's Conference League teams because Villa beating Bayern at home, Lille beating Real Madrid at home as well, 1-0. Like, everyone tries to shit on the Conference League and that. Nah, man, there's some good teams in there, and they've shown that tonight because those teams that were in the Conference League last year playing in the Champions League have beat some of the biggest sides within the competition. Darren's joined. Thanks for joining. He says, great win for Villa tonight and for the football. It's going in the right direction. Be proud, Villa fans. And that's from a West Ham fan. Enjoy the night. Big up, Darren. Thanks for that. That's a really good comment. Luke says, yeah, legend, Darren. Such a big night for our club, putting us on the map. Nights like this are so special. Facts. Rod said, I thought the referee was going to give Bayern the game. He had a shocker. He did feel that way. He did feel like he was edging towards giving Bayern some decisions. And Luke said, yeah, agree, Rod. The ref was horrendous. Feels like the narrative is always against us. And Darren saying, yeah, Luke, I can only see Villa getting better as the season go on. And Rod also says, +1 to what Adam said. Bayern did play really well. They were impressive. They were, but I think we were just better in terms of our shape, in terms of our patience and build up and knowing the right moments when to strike. We had the game plan and we stuck to it perfectly. So yeah, bro, we move on. Let's get into it, man, because obviously Amadou Onana goes off as well, so that means Ross Barkley comes on. We also had Ian Maatson coming on as well for Leon Bailey, who just wasn't fit. And credit to Unai, he made, as he's done this season now, he makes big substitutions at the right times, and obviously he's done it his whole time at Villa, but he's not afraid to make him even more now. We've seen subs at half time. Obviously, we saw Ramsey go off, but then he's taken off Onana. He's also taken off Bailey, who he's noticed is injured. Other managers potentially would have left Bailey on because they thought, oh, we've just brought him on. But no, he was ready to be proactive. Brought on Ian Maatson, who's played at this level, played in the final last year. It's no difference to him. He would have known this Bayern Munich side as well, having played for Dortmund last season in the Bundesliga. So yeah, Maatson ended up playing in front of Digne, which I don't think is a position he's too unfamiliar with because Matson's played further forward plenty of times. I remember playing further forward for Chelsea and Burnley as well. So again, just having the squad to be able to do that, bringing in Ross Barkley, who's played so many Champions League games for Chelsea, so he'll know the level. And yeah, the big one that came on was Ollie Watkins coming off, and that man, the super sub, the superstar, the best under-21 striker in world football, Jhon Duran, coming on.
Yeah, and we always know, man. We always know when we have this guy on the bench, like we've always got a chance for a goal. And I thought maybe Rodgers was the one that was going to come off, but
yeah,
Rodgers looked a bit tired, and Watkins was still getting about, still dropping deep. But yeah, man, Jhon Duran, bro, like it's
bro,
getting stupid.
bro,
It's getting
like
stupid at this
it's
point,
getting
bro.
mad now.
It's getting stupid.
It is
Like you
getting
can
mad.
call back to the old podcast, like we mean you were bigging him off. We were saying the talent, but even he's exceeding my expectations in the short space of time. Like he's not even 21 yet, and
It's mad.
just talking about the goal, bro. Like even before that, he was winning all his aerial duels. Like we were going long to him, and he was winning his headers. And I thought, yeah, Duran's on it tonight. And bro, the finish, oh my gosh. It's an incredible ball from Powell. He knows Duran's going to make the run. He looks 3 seconds before Neuer gets there. He looks up and he knows it's on. And bro, the technique to do that, man.
It's
Is that
insane.
better than Everton's? Or is it on the level, do you reckon?
In terms of moment and like the occasion
Technique.
and everything, yeah, and
I'd
technique
say.
as well. It was mad because when it was happening and Powell had that ball, the ball was on, and the ball had been on a number of times. Even when Watkins was on the pitch, we saw the long ball was on, or playing it through the lines, and it's an absolutely ridiculous ball from Powell. Now we all know with Manuel Neuer, we've seen it over the years. He loves to play high. His line is always so high. He's always outside his box. Even when the ball is sometimes in their half, he'll be outside his box just because he's so confident in his ability to get back or to sweep up the ball. So when Duran's about to get it, I'm just shouting, lob him, lob him, lob him. Like, I don't even know if he's looking for anything. I'm just saying, lob him, because you can catch him off. And God, did he lob him, man? What a finish, and what a season this guy's having. Like, the amount of winners he scored coming off the bench, scoring against West Ham, the goals against, Wolves, Leicester, Everton, and bro, just scoring against Bayern as well. Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
Joke, bro. Joke, he's gone clear.
He's absolutely, yeah, he has.
No Salah 80 million, no Salah 90 million, no Salah 100 million, no Salah 120 mil, bro. Like,
just don't sell him.
This is what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna have to be political. We're gonna have to just start him. Like, it's getting to the point now. Like, even if like people are saying like, okay, it might not be the most optimal thing or whatever, or it's working. It's getting to politics now where we need to keep him happy. We need to start him.
I don't know. I'm not in agreement with that just yet.
What more does he have to do? Like, I don't get.
It's
like,
nothing to do with him not having to do anything. I don't think that's the case. I just think it's how we set up and our shape. And I don't know if the two strikers things work. So, and I don't feel like personally that Watkins deserves to be dropped.
I just feel like at this point now, when you have like so many games, the rotation, maybe you should have started against Ipswich with that sentiment. I don't know, but I just think it's so harsh for him not to start. Like, he's done. There's no more you can do. If you say to him, you're doing all this, but you don't start, it's blocking. Like he must think, what can he actually do? Like, what can he?
And I hear that, but I do hear that, of course, and I think he will. It's a long season, man. Like, I think he needs to start many games.
I'll be honest. I think he needs to start getting a few starts in the Prem. I'll be honest. That's my opinion.
And he will do. He will do that.
Getting like now, or like starting from now, probably.
So you starting against United?
Yeah, I'd start against United, 100%.
Over Watkins?
No, I'd probably start Rodgers on the left and play both from up front.
Well, there might be an opportunity. Yeah, with Ramsey being injured, for sure, there might be an opportunity to do that now. But I don't know. Whatever Unai wants to play, I'm not forcing. And if that is Jhon Duran on the bench, so
we gotta stop people. Gotta stop doing the under 23 thing now. Like, no, he's one of the best strikers in the world. Like, period. Like, not the under 23 thing.
He's insane. He's absolutely insane, and the level that guy can go to is who knows, man. Who knows? And the longer he's at Villa, he'll keep scoring goals. He'll keep winning us matches, and yeah, just Jhon Duran, what a player, what a striker, and he announced himself to the world. I think Philogene announced himself to the world today with his performance and how unreal he was. Morgan Rogers had moments as well. You just have to think of the age of like those attackers and how young they are and inexperienced, and just to perform like that on the biggest of stages is incredible, bro. Tielemans, I thought, again, had a good game. The back four was quality. And then after going up 1-0, you just know that Bayern are going to start cranking it up, and they're going to turn the screw and start putting pressure on us. And if there's one man in goal that you'd want, it's the best goalkeeper in the world, and that's who we have. And Emi Martinez, for the last 10, 15 minutes, that display was incredible, wasn't it?
He went to a different round, bro. Like he went to a different country, different planet.
He was.
The first one, I'm not sure who runs in behind, boy. It's a great pass from their midfielder, and like he's straight at him, but he makes himself big. Like this is the thing. Like people say, like, oh, the player sits straight at him. He makes himself big, bro.
Yeah, he does.
He covers most of the goal. He comes out and yeah, massive save. That one was the first one.
Yeah, that was from Gnabry. That was
Gnabry. The header from Kane. He's one of the best saves I've seen at Villa Park. I think like the reflexes. It was almost like the speed of light just to get that ball away. And it's not like he taps it back out into the danger area. Like he puts it away.
Yeah.
Going wide, like for a corner or whatever. So, yeah, best in the world.
The best. There's no discussion. That like he's the best. Like big games, big moments. Emi Martinez is the goalkeeper you want in goal because he's just incredible. He just rises to the occasion. It's nothing to him, and he steps up, whether it's a penalty shootout or it's big moments in the games. And tonight he just proved that again. He's an incredible goalkeeper, man.
And what you got to think about
the best I've ever seen at Villa.
Emmy's probably thinking this is nothing. Like we're gonna go win it. Yeah. Like that's what his eyes will be.
Because that's his mentality.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Come on, man! Like this is nothing. Like we need to get top 8. Like that's what Emmy will be saying." Yeah, and we put ourselves in a great position. But I just looked at the league table now. I think we're. Let me just have a look again. Won't be long.
I don't know. I could not care less.
You don't care about where we are in the league?
I'm just enjoying the moment, man.
Right,
I'm just enjoying the moment. Now go, bro, go. Yeah, we'll see.
No, they said. But yeah, that's what Emmy will be. Emmy will just be like gassing. Like he's a captain when McGinn's not there. So yeah, gassed about him. And then the free kick from Kane. That was when I was probably the most nervous where they might score because he has scored a free kick at Villa Park before. But yeah, blocked it and sick man. That was when I knew.
It was. And when that it was.
Came, that's when I knew.
I think Tielemans blocked it, and his celebration from that moment, he was like absolutely going mental. I was like, just concentrate, turn around, concentrate, because the corner's about to come in. But Tielemans was going mental after he blocked that Kane free kick, and I think that was the final moment where they were like, yeah, we can hold on here, we can get the 3 points. But bro, just the whole moment, the whole night. Again, I'm still buzzing. Like, I can't believe what I just witnessed, man. To just playing in the Champions League, hearing the music of Villa Park, and in not just being any game, playing Bayern Munich, who you previously beat to win the competition 42 years ago, and then beating them by the same scoreline with your striker scoring the winner. That is scripted. That is a script. The last person to beat Bayern Munich, Unai Emery, and that was 42 games ago in the group stages. That is the script. Like,
so who did he beat them with? Because I know he beat Bayern in the.
I think it was PSG. It was PSG.
Okay.
Yeah, it was PSG.
2017, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's PSG, and obviously, he beat him with Villarreal. So incredible night, man. Just incredible night. The chant, singing for Gary Shaw. Yeah. It's hard to top nights like that. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to top night. It is for my lifetime, for your lifetime. We've been waiting to see Villa in these moments, and for them to pull it off, it's incredible, man. Just there's not much more to say. Unai Emery, what a manager, bro. The best I've ever seen as Villa manager, and I have no doubt this is like the highest point. I think there's more to come. He just keeps showing what he's capable of with this side and what these players are capable of as well. And yeah, who knows what's going to happen in the future.
Let's just keep the good times rolling, bro. I don't want it to stop, bro. I don't want it to stop at all, man. Like, it's weird. Like, as much as I've enjoyed tonight and I've savoured it, like, it's just makes you hungrier for more wins and stuff, man. Like, come on, Villa. Like, we've got a 6 squad now. Let's make the most of it. Let's really go.
I hear you. And I think that's a mentality Unai will be saying to the players, for sure, because that's how he operates. He'll be like, okay, on to the next challenge. Obviously, on to Manchester United on the weekend, but he'll be like, yeah, let's see what we can really do this season in Europe and in the Premier League as well, and in the other competitions.
What did you think of Musiala when he came on?
Yeah, I said, well, I think I haven't seen a player dribble the ball like that before. I said when he was taking 3-4 man on that. Yeah, he's a nuts player and
Do you see
his
the
footwork's mad.
do you see the R9 links with the dribbling, or does it remind you of anyone else in particular?
Nah, I think he's just Musiala. I can't lie. I just think he's
Yeah.
Musiala, man. Yeah.
I see a bit
But
of R9, bit of Neymar with him, just a little bit with the feints. But you're right. Mostly it's just his own thing, isn't it?
yeah,
But yeah, I
for
think
sure.
if he would have started, I think that would have been a much more difficult game from the off. So thank you, company. Like you got too
Facts.
gassed. You thought you could just play a weekend squad, and look what happened.
Few comments here. Paul, thanks for joining. Paul, he says, hi, Penno and Adam. I missed the game due to work, but saw Duran goal. He's world-class Martinez hero and Villa to win the Champions League. Big up, Paul, always in here and always with the optimism, man. And to win the Champions League, could you imagine that would be, yeah, I don't know. I would be rendered speechless then. Luke says, Darren, I agree. We've missed our best CDM in Kamara for a year now. And if we sign a right back or CB in Jan, I think we will really fly. Just think of the amount of players that are missing today. We didn't have our club captain. John McGinn wasn't there. Boubacar Kamara not being there. Obviously, you have Jacob Ramsey going off injured. Amadou Onana going off injured. Leon Bailey wasn't even fully fit. Matty Cash was only fit enough to be on the bench. Tyrone Mings as well, not even in the squad. He was doing the punditry. With Ashley Younger there as well. But yeah, so many players weren't available or weren't part of the squad, and we can still perform and beat Bayern Munich at home. Just imagine what we can do when we have the full squad available, and hopefully that is soon. Hopefully with Bubba and Tyrone Mings in training now. John McGinn will be a few weeks away, and just hoping Jacob Ramsey's injury isn't serious, and also Amadou Onana is just a knock. We're almost there with our full strength squad, bro. Another comment from Deontay. After such a historic win at Villa Park against Bayern, I hope that Villa boys will be able to carry this momentum against Man United on Sunday. Yeah, facts. That would have taken a lot out of them for sure, but I'm more than confident we can get a result against United. Luke says, surely there can't be many players who've lobbed Neuer mad. Facts. I can't many. Luke saying as well, Duran, clinical, he is. George, thanks for joining. He says, do you think he's the best 9 under 23 in the world? Yes, I think he is. Terry, thanks for joining. He says, come on, the Villa boys. Oh, thanks for joining. Big up as well. He says, unbelievable scenes. Yeah, absolute madness. Absolute madness. And it still ain't really sunk in, to be honest. But yeah, we had to come and talk on here. So thank you all for joining. The comments have been fantastic. And
then Bologna next, bro. Bologna in the
on to
Champions
Bologna,
League.
who I heard who put up a decent performance against Liverpool tonight, even though they lost 2-0. I heard they played quite well. So yeah, there's no easy games in this competition, as we already know. So yeah, that will be a tough test against Bologna. But if we can get 3 points from that, 9 points, we are looking to try and finish in that top 8 for sure. Even with the likes of Juventus coming to Villa Park and having to go to Monaco, Celtic, Bruges, and Leipzig as well. So yeah, just unbelievable. Rod saying, I genuinely believe we have the 2 of the best strikers in world football. We do. There's a graphic the other day that came up on Sky regarding Watkins' numbers from 2023-24 season, and he was 5th. He was above loads of Ballon d'Or nominees. How he wasn't even in the Ballon d'Or nominations, the shortlist, I do not know. But yeah, we have in the Premier League, we have the best striker combination. Facts. I don't even think that's in discussion. Obviously, there's Haaland at City, and some might say he counts for 2. But in terms of options, Watkins and Duran, it's the best, and they're going to score plenty more goals this season. Anyway, bro, anything else to add?
Yeah, 100% agree with the 2 options with Watkins and Duran, like by far. Like, what combo in the world is better than that, really?
Yeah,
like, he's not even close. Like, we can extend it past. I guess Madrid have got. You say Madrid, they say Endrick and Mbappe. I guess that's a pretty stat if you're saying Mbappe and Endrick.
Nah.
They're the only ones that can chat to us. They're the only ones that can chat to us. But yeah, man, buzzing, bro, buzzing. I don't know what my favourite moment. I still think the power goal, like
What? Because the flair was on the pitch and just like
yeah,
the
because we
initial,
won.
yeah,
It's almost like I'm just gonna say that counted. Like he's all part of the. We got to celebrate 2 goals, which is sick.
yeah, yes. Man, I'm gonna be watching the highlights again after this and watching all the post match and everything. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Yeah, just on an incredible night, just an absolutely amazing night. The comments have been fantastic. We ask if could you like, subscribe as well, and let us know your comments if you have any in the stream. Comments after the video on just the night and the performance. Just let us know your feelings and thoughts. I love to respond to the comments as well and see what you guys are thinking about what we've just witnessed. Bro, thank you for joining me as always. We'll have a preview for the United game coming up. Enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bask in it, soak in it. Let all the Blues, Albion, Wolves fans know about it as well. And any other fans, to be honest. It's Villa's night. It's Villa's moment. Up the Villa and see you on the next video.